Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream, or welcome to my stream. It's not back because I'm just starting later. I didn't start earlier and then have a break. We are just starting an hour later than normal. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a stressful morning. Hello Blaze! Yeah, bit of a stressful morning, so I ended up running a little bit later than I normally do. But we are here to stream, and I sorted out as much as I could of what was stressing me out, so hopefully I'll be fine. Yeah, we're back in the Waking Sands. We have returned to the Waking Sands. Weirdest way to get off a chair ever. To continue with some Realm Reborn post campaign story missions that happen after the Realm Reborn story. We defeated the Ultima weapon. We bested Gaius van Baelsar and his collection of Empire soldiers. And we're now here. We achieved being a white mage, level 53 now, so we're making good progress. Especially considering our mission is only like level 50. And there is plenty of level 50 missions to do, which I think still get me, yeah, they still get me experience points, so I will probably end up hitting 55 before I even get to the actual level 50 missions for Heaven's Ward. Maybe higher than 55, depending on what we do, because I still have a load of side quests to do as well, which is picking up the extremes for the primals, with things like if it bleeds we can kill it. A nice little Predator reference there. The Weaponsmith of Legend, which is the Relic Weapon questline, I believe. Treasure and Tribulations to pick up doing maps. And then Primal Fear, which is the unlock for all of the... I think. Primal Fear might be a specific... a specific trial. Given that we're talking to Bolord Lewin, it might be the Odin one. Or possibly the Ramu one. I can't remember which. Because I thought they had different names for both of those, but clearly this leads into one of them, I think. We've also got things that we can do, like the Allied Society quests. I almost called them by their old name then. They haven't been called that for a whole expansion, and I really need to get used to calling them Allied Societies. But that's something I really enjoy doing, is Allied Societies. We've also got a bunch of stuff that we still need to unlock, which I think this post-story should take us to the raid missions. So the Labyrinth of Ancients, Circus Tower, and World of Darkness. I believe that's the order of them. I could be wrong about the other two, might be the other way round. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I expressed the need to forge ties between our organisations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even my own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaffborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do not take care on the road. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Tegan. I will do my best. We're just going to... Yeah, straight to Revenant's Toll. I'll just teleport. We'll just use some teleports, it'll be fine. We've got plenty of money left still. Plenty of coin. Gil. That's the correct word. So how is everyone today? I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. Load timers. But particularly big load timers. What I should do is close that. It might cut down on some of the load timers. And also, I don't know how loud I am in comparison to the background music, whether you want that a bit higher or... Well, we've also got loads of blue quests in this area, which I think are the hard modes for a bunch of dungeons. Which we could just go around and pick up them all. Ah, Legacy of Alag. There we go, that's the raids. Also, who could this mysterious man possibly be? I'll never be able to tell who this blonde, slick-back-haired, mysterious person is that's covering their forehead. I'll never know. We'll definitely not find out that there's someone really story-relevant and important. Now, what voice did I give him? Maybe I should give him the same voice here. Can I remember the voice that I gave him? Do I know you? Unless I'm very much mistaken, you're the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Tegan Mooson herself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate, but I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity. You see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward, not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. But what is the little danger to a storied hero such as you? A woman with absolute confidence in her own abilities to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros at St. Coinarch's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Thank you, outlandish man who will not give me his name. Ah, Blood for Stone. So this one's going to be the Stone Vigil hard mode. I seek a certain adventurer for a cause most just. Are you not Deegan? I thought you had the right aspect. 'Twas you who played the thief in the night at Stone... 'Twas you who played the thief in the night at Stone Vigil. The dragons guard that there keep jealously, it said, yet you slipped unseen into the cloudy fortress. 'Twill not be by their keep for much longer, however. The forces of Ishgard are massed by the Sea of Clouds. Now, this is for your ears only, but the blockade is but a prelude to an attack. Lord Drillamont commands the siege, and he would have you have your counsel. I am but one of many who seek you at his behest. You must be a woman of rare quality. The proud knights of Durandare are not accustomed to taking, let alone seeking, outside help. Ishgard's in the cradle air... What? Ishgard's is the cradle air I breathed. Oh. And I yearn to see the Stone Vigil reclaimed from the Dravanian horde. Will you not go to White Brimfont and aid Lord Drillamont? I can do, but I'm just going to be picking up all of these tasks. Ultimate Ballad. This is Ultima mode, hard mode. Your reputation precedes you, Tegan. In fact, it's for this reason that I'd like to introduce you to someone. That minstrel at the end of the bar wandered in here the other day. Said he was seeking inspiration for a new ballad, the sort only an adventurer of distinction could provide. Who better than the woman who saved the world to give this minstrel the stories he seeks, eh? Humour the gentleman, I say. Hi, wandering minstrel. Yoshipi! Dawn may banish even the darkest night, yet ever shall primal desires burn. 2 swords shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. Lest you wonder, these are the words of the Archon Louis Soir. While not written as poetry, I find poetry within them nonetheless. Years ago, when I arrived in this land, I was beset with peril day and night, forced to endure countless trials which tested my mind, my body, and my faith. And I am not ashamed to admit that I would have faltered, had it not been for the help of a handful of nameless adventurers, honest men and women, who proffered the hand of friendship to a weary soul and led him safe from the darkness. When I look upon you, I am reminded of them. I can tell that you are well-travelled, and possessed of both constancy and character. You are a woman of adventuring profession, yes? I seek a valiant hero, whose deeds might serve as inspiration, and I have reason to believe I have found her. After all, was it not you who faced Gaius van Baelsar and his Allagan weapon? You must tell me everything that happened. Omit nary a single detail, I beg you. Regale the story. Truly a tale worthy of legend, and so eerily it matches the writings of Archon Louis Soir. 2 swords shall vie to lay them low, a blade born of light and a blade forged of might. Alas, man must entrust his fate unto but one. The Black Wolf was a conqueror who aspired to rule through might, and the weapon was the key to his ambitions. Yet in the end, the people of Eorzea entrusted their fates to a brilliant blade, the Warrior of Light. A rather fitting moniker, in my humble opinion. Thank you. At last I have found the inspiration I sought. A battle to decide the fate of the realm. The words, the notes, I feel them coming together. Your tale, Deegamusen, your song. Yay! From an era long forgotten, a blade of midnight drawn, from a distant land uncharted, a warrior who bears the dawn. A dawn trail, someone might say. Suspicious. That's just connecting a word with another word. Out of sight, out of mind, which I believe is going to be the Cobwell Mine hard mode. I've seen more and more visitors to this godforsaken place lately. More of them battle-hardened types seeking a worthy test of their mettle. I trust that I might count you among them. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but word has it that Copperbell Mines are looking not unlike the 8th Hell in recent days. The stone torches would have us believe that they have matters under control, but a minor acquaintance of mine would beg to differ. He says the torches have proven far more adept at quelling rumours than hecatoncheires, if you catch my drift. Why do I betray this knowledge to you? I fear for my friend's life, and my own as well, should those hulking monstrosities break free to the surface. If it's a challenge you seek, what say you accidentally find your way to Copperbell and proffer your services? This time's for fun. Halatali, hard mode. Ah, an adventurer who can hold her own in battle. It just so happens I've gotten... Oh god, what on earth's going on there? Someone flying around behind me. It just so happens I've gotten word of a new challenge for one of your talents. Requires a bit of travel and a dash of heroics, but it should be worth your while. Eastern Thanland... It's a good kitty coat. Eastern Thanland's lovely this time of year. You've heard of the training grounds at Halatali, I'll wager. The place fell into disuse after the calamity, but some adventurer or another put it to rights. It was me. Its owners aim to train gladiators and adventurers once more, just as in the old days. A little paint, a little mass burial, and now the place is ready to take on challengers. If you're at all keen on the notion, go and talk to my friend Arl down there. He'll get you in the door. And then I can't do the Wrath of Khan because I haven't done basic Khan yet. Oh god, another full set. Kurds to slay will be Sastasha hard mode. You're Tegan Newson, buy the onion. The very woman I seek at White's behest. How do I know the potbanger? Why, we trained together in the Culinarians Guild. He has a place in Costa del Sol now, the Flying Shark. Not the sharpest knife on the block, but Drist the Daft. No, not the sharpest knife in the block is Drist the Daft, but he's loyal. He's got a friend out there with the name of Wisegate. Hey, Wisecat. Wisecat. And he seems to be in need of your help. What say you look him up, eh? King of the Hull is unlocking hull breaches. You're Tegan Mooson, buy the onion. Why does he exclaim that every time? I was hoping that you'd come by. I've got a message from an old friend of I've got a message from an old friend of mine. I was right the first time. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's highly confidential business, so I can't give you his name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'll recognise him. Any road, I'm not at liberty to divulge anymore. If you've a mind to take on a task, head over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Denston. That's not my friend, mind you, but one of his men. I was about to say, did you just tell me you couldn't give me his name and then gave me his name? It's definitely pirates. This one's Sastasha. Buy the onion! Your tea! This man loves onions. You couldn't have come at a better time. A friend of mine sent word that he needs a capable adventurer, you see, and I naturally thought of you. Who's this friend, you ask? Why, none other than Commander Rayner of the Yellow Jackets. He and I met back when I first started out as a culinarian, and we've been friends ever since. Anyway, I'd appreciate it if you pay him a visit and inquire as to what he needs doing. You'll find him in the Coral Tower with the Yellow Jackets. And the last person over here, which is Hoke Manor hard mode. Forgive me, friend. A most chilling encounter has my nerves on edge. I was travelling through the shroud when a man accosted me out of nowhere. His eyes darting wildly in fear, he spoke of a haunted mansion from which the tortured screams of young maidens can be heard day and night. Hawkette Manor, was it? Hoke Manor, yes. What's that? You purged the self-same manse of its unholy inhabitants some time ago? That is curious indeed. The man recounted the events as if they had happened not days ago. While it would put my heart at ease to know his tale was but a fancy born of a few too many flagons of mead, the poor soul had not the air of a drunk or a liar. Perhaps you know someone who could shed light on the matter. Me? I could shed light on things. The gloom is here. The gloom is here. Let's get into my journal and just stick a bunch of these out of sight, I think. Plonk. 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 That one I kind of want to keep. There we go. And Trauma Queen is also a dungeon, so I can just plonk that one out of sight as well. There we go. Cut my quest sideboard list into the necessary ones. The others I can just kind of pick up as I go along. Unless we want to just spend now going and doing all of these random side quests. If people want me to do that, I definitely can do. Just let me know. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long, Tian. You have something for me, yes? Yep, I've got this letter. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Silly. Oh. Little buffalo calf. Oh, 50 weapon coffer as well. Hello, Lordian. I'm not a Lalafell, I am a mouse. Thank you very much. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. Even if I appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But you're here, mayhaps you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. I was just in there, picking up a load of quests. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortune to be had around the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be a good place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Oh. Is that you, Tegan? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have the most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. Tripping over my words. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite all right, friend? Yeah, I've got to go. Can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. I can pray return to the Rising Stones instead. Although he didn't say it in those words, he kind of half said those words. I've got loads of side quests to do. So I'll grab the ones that are here. Whee! Nope. In the back room? Aha! Arowina. Friend of Nedric's, are you? Then you must be an adventurer of some skill. My business relies on capable people such as you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'm going to share with you a morsel of information. There's this bloke named Geralt. He makes his living in weapons and armour and whatnot. They say his skill is the finest in the realm. Might be as it's gone to his head, though. Folks don't take to a man if... Folks don't take to the man, if you get my meaning. Oh, and he likes to drink and all. Bloody Beauregard's got himself a forge, though. Oh. Beauregard himself in the forge, though. As a young lad, he was cast out on his ear by his master for a crime of craft in finer wares. And that while piss drunk, ever since he roamed here and there, earning his keep day to day. I have known Geralt ever since I landed in this business. Ain't seen him for a while, though. And the last time I did, the old fool had tears in his eyes and snot dripping from his nose. Fallen on hard times, he said. Asked for a bit of coin to tide him over. Never paid me back, neither. Couldn't say for sure where he is now. Seemed to remember hearing he was in the Black Shroud, putting up in Hurstmill or some such place. You might do well to commission his work. He'll even reforge the relics of old if you make him worth his while. And there ain't no other in Eorzea as can do that. If it's relics you care to know about, I've a promise of payment that might catch your fancy. It don't look like much, but I'll get old Geralt to fire up his forge, that much I promise. I want the Aethernet. Allow me to teleport into your shop. Not allowed. But yeah, I'm not scary. I'm just a little mouse. A little healing mouse. Phew. No scariness here. Other than that dragon that might stamp on me. think I was right on Big Monkey. Or being carried around by Big Monkey. Whee! And through the arch. Yeah. Oh, another arch. Yeah. Why, if it isn't Tegan Mooson herself. I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honour of this visit? I have a bunch of stuff for you. And by that I mean I've heard that you're digging up an ancient civilization. A regular man told me. There was nothing suspicious about him. You were directed here, you say? By a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavour. Hang on. Anthropology and geography. So geography is obviously locations. But isn't anthropology the study of animals? Or study of people? Might be the study of people, I might be wrong there. But given that they're like digging up an ancient civilization, surely it's archaeogeographical endeavour. I don't know. Latin stuff. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organisation. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could well find herself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thowl's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Yep. I rather thought that you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, first. I don't know who's talking, so I don't know what voice to give it. Oh, it's Sid. Hi, Sid. Tegan, what brings you to St. Coinax? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently unsuperable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is it well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. She has? Has she? Glad to have you aboard, Tegan. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The Sons of St. Coinac are tasked with unearthing the secrets of a long-forgotten Allagan empire, and this present endeavour aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mystery than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you... Woo! Welcome, RitualNet. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allagan archaeology, see, archaeology, not anthrogeographical, it should be archaeogeographical. I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Tolskeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allagan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now let me turn and ponder the mysteries of the universe. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona there stands an entire Allegan structure, which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the Lesser Moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants of that era with the utmost caution. They must be analysed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendour, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. Along with all these other structures that are around it that signify all of the important stuff about it. Suspicious. Best way to test a trap. Throw a stone into it. Yes, appears to be a shield and not some kind of exploding device which could have killed us all. We believe the tower to be a repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defences, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. I haven't decided on a second class yet. I'm letting everyone else get their votes in and then going from there. So there's still 6 days to get votes in on my Discord if people want to vote on what my second class should be that I pick up. These defences take the form of statues, carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen, the 8 sentinels. DPS, 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 maybe. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Massive pause while they talk. Why not simply fly over them with an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues or the front door is forever beyond our reach. Or you work out a way to open it. Sentinels normally guard a gate. My colleague and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Tegan, but I think I can think of no finer woman for the task. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance of the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lanosia, where both the Sapsa spawning ground and the place names, the Ugamaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Okay. Those are just the leaves. So that is all the things for this section. But I've still got all these quests to do. Where are they? Uplanacea, Hall of Flames, Sea of the First Bow, the Shroud, and Tartaru is in the Waking Sands. So I'll take the free teleport to the Waking Sands. Should be simple enough. I don't know how much of the story I want to do before I do all these side missions, or whether I just want to do these side missions to get them out of the way, and then carry on with the story proper. What do people think? Do they think I should do all these side missions first, or do the main story first and then come back to the side missions? Hi, Dazaru. A messenger from the Twin Adders came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the exile have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. I thought you said it was urgent. You're just like, someone had a conversation and she didn't look happy about it. Quickly, go find out what it was. Go snoop for me. Hi, Minphelia. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Ramu? Thine arrival is customarily timely, Tegan. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talent will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Mughals guard beyond such follies. Wait, is it King Mughal-Mog? Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Is it Mughal-Mog? Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hilu. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Tegan. Ida and Papalymo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay. I guess we're quick teleporting to the adder's nest. It might be. I forgot Moogle was part of the story. I was thinking that it would be like Ramu or Odin. I think Odin's the one that's not part of the story. Good King Moogle. I'm excited. I want myself a Moogle weapon. Rainy. Also, jeez. A pleasure to see you as always, Corporal Mooson. Yeah, I'm a corporal now. Thank you for coming so swiftly. I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. I get that little buffalo calf. And the level 50 item weapon. Ding. Ding. Oh. I had a mount that I hadn't looked at. Item level 70 weapon coffer. What am I currently holding? Oh, level 49. Yeah, I could definitely do with a new weapon. Let's grab that one. Ooh, crystally. Yeah. Oh. I don't have enough seals to rank up. And I'm close to being a sergeant, though. Boiled bream. Guild bun. We could do those at some point. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, there's the Allied Society quest. And that's the... something? Shadow uncast. Oh, is that to unlock the barracks? Maybe. Probably. Hail to the king, Gupo! Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplakop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplakop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Okay, I can definitely do that. But first, I realised my gear is not that great, and I might end up unlocking all of these dungeons and things and not being able to do any of them. But because I'm level 50, I get to go to the Sundries. Healing Sundries. Get Yagrush. But I'm going to try and get the staff from Mooglemog instead. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I want Ironworks gear. Magitech staff. Or Magitech items and gear. 510. 3. I can either get 2 of the side pieces or 1 of the main pieces, I think. No, I will be just short of getting 2 of the side pieces. I can get 1 of the side pieces and 1 of the accessories, or 1 of the main pieces. So I will start with the robe. Fancy, fancy. lovely fancy robe with all the little ironwork meant to take glowy lights. But now my item level should be better. I should be able to carry on as we go. I thought I had more seals than that though, but I guess I have only done the story missions. So it's to be expected that I don't have enough for all of it. Because that would be a lot. Oh, sorry, I have something to sort out just for a second. I will pop up the break screen and I'll be right back. Sorry about the pause there, folks. While I am doing my stream, I might have to pause a couple of times because I am still sorting out a load of stuff from the huge stress that I've had the last week. So I might every so often have to make little pauses like that. Hopefully there won't be too many, but hopefully, well, it might be a case of I might have to make multiple pauses. The other scions have already arrived, ma'am. May I show you in? To the Lotus stand to chat with Kublakop and the elder seeds here, and all the other scions that are just kind of... Ooh. A little collective council. And all of her bodyguards. It's like a full party of 6 people over there. Oh, and Rhea. Hi, Rhea. How you doing? Hi, Kublakop. Been a while. Fuzzy as ever. Look like you're out of focus. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kublakop. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outbursts, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Tegan, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kublakop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem the good King Mooglmog the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious figure to hear, I know. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine, Kupo. They're alcoholics, I see. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Mooglmog the 12th, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupa. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles could live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mooglmog the 12th, by his miraculous foresight, ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. That is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mooglmog the 12th. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone will remain in the heavens so that Moogle kind might at last know peace. Oh God. One croaky voice to another little squeaky voice. Except he has not remained in the heavens. From what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes. I bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea. The problem, Yida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mooglmog the 12th is a myth made manifest by a means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait. You're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such drastic a measure? Might that not itself be the answer? And twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you, who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, the latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, we were spared only by another's grace. This is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughals guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come what may. I assure you the Mughals guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders. But ever since the return of good King Mughal Mog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? I cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he possesses a threat. He poses a threat not only to Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Tegan, confront good King Mughal Mog XII, and drive him from our midst. Okay, go fight another primal, kind of. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumiyan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Mughals. Very, very silly. Walk back in on myself. Into the other section in here. Oh, nope. You're not the person I wanted to talk to. Welcome, Tegan. Welcome. That you should be the one to face the good King Mughal Mog XII is of great comfort. To me and to the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Oh. Unlocking Underwall Keep. It is well that you are here, Tegan. An ancient darkness has arisen in these woods, and we shall need all of your arts to counter it. I speak to you in the name of the three seed seers, the eldest Kana Isena, you will already know as the guardian of our fair land. 2 siblings has she, that I already know about them, that's fine. These dark stirrings have traced the... Are we the ancient darkness? I don't think so. Maybe. We have traced the lost city of Amdapor in the South Shroud. The city once throve? Surely the word is thrived, not throve. I could be wrong, though. The city once throve in the fullness of magic during the 5th Astral Era, but it was sealed in the wake of its demise. Alas, the 12 Wood has been out of balance since the calamity. So riotous has its aspect become that the seal was severely weakened. When this happened, the forest surrounding the city began to wither and die. We would enjoin you to investigate the cause. Now, I must confess that this is a task for the twin adders normally, but you are the heir of Mr. Master Atoa's legacy, and the Seedseers were unanimously skip through that little bit. Back to the main story at hand. I have selected Regicide. The wards barring across the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the King was summoned to Eorzea. Oh, so Throve is correct. Why have I always used thrived then? As in like Thrived. Is that also valid, or am I just wrong? It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardians, who then held the keystones. For none were in the possession at the time. By the grace of the elements, however, we have been spared the burden of that occasion. Kubla Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogle guards themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain access to the kingdom's sanctum. Oh, so thrived is also valid. Is throve like Old English? Is that why they use it in this game, but it's not really recognised by stuff like a spell checker? Alas, I have been able to do so. I dare not labour any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must need of Kubla Kop's keystone, Tegan. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at the West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. The West Shore Pier is over this way, near the Lancers Guild. Also, because we just picked up Amdapor, we can go into our duty finder, our journal, and we've got one night in Amdapor. There we go. Put all of those on hold. Whoop. Drop random healing on people. Woo. So, oh God, that came out weirdly. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Although throve was the main past tense form used during the 19th century, it declined rapidly from use in 1910 onwards and seems to have regularized so that American users now use thrived. However, British English still uses throve at times. I'm not American, I've just grown up with TV, and TV is very Americanized. Like, anything that was fantasy dropped in so many Americanisms that it just kind of is all the same thing in my head. Definitely not American. I wouldn't even be welcome in America, so there's that. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. As in, fly off down the river. happens to be having Sweet Bloom Pier. Just as well for me, isn't it? That they always just happen to be heading Sweet Bloom Pier. Those are big Moogles. I'm guessing these are the Moogle guard. Hello? Oh no, do I give all of the Moogles this silly voice? Little croaky fairy voice. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. Yeah. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Lalafell? Imperials, Gradanians, Sylphs. You're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmoogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kuplokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mooglebog XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. You want me to do the West Yorkshire accent for Moogles? But I've already been doing this silly voice for Moogles. I can't have Kuplokop talk like this and then everyone else talk. Oh, that was not a Yorkshire accent. My brain went to Wild West accent, and that was not correct. My brain's failing on accents at the moment. The king is planning to purge the 12th of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. Yes, we do. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned the Moogle Guard has set traps to lure enchanting beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Ah, escort quest. And he doesn't show up on my mini-map. Just gotta keep going along, but every so often turn around to make sure he's still behind me. Hi, Sun Tzu. I'm doing very well. How are you? Got to make sure we get Matilda back in on the front. Light. Very bright. I don't want to let Kuplokop die. They've been with me the whole time. Oh. Shouldn't have dashed. Actually, dashing was fine. Time to attempt to stunlock these squirrels. It kind of works, but not really, because the time that they are stunned for lasts less every single time you hit them with it. Is there another one coming up behind us, is there? No, doesn't seem to be. You're doing alright, just enjoying some Oh, is the name of the meal dependent on the time of the day, or is it the first meal you eat always breakfast? So my understanding of this is that the first meal you eat is always breakfast, regardless of time or anything like that. But then the biggest meal of the day is dinner. So if you eat a large meal at like midday, that's dinner. And then if you eat a smaller meal in the evening, that then becomes tea, not dinner. But if you eat a big meal in the evening, then that's dinner. And if you eat a smaller meal at midday, that then becomes lunch. But then if you eat a breakfast that is closer to midday than it is to, say, like 6 o'clock. So if you end up eating it like at noontime or afternoon or like just before noon, like after 11 o'clock, I'd say, it becomes brunch, which is an amalgam, like, I can't remember what the word is, amalgamation? It's not a portmanteau. I think it's an amalgamation. We'll call it that. That's a correct term. It's an amalgamation of the word breakfast and lunch into brunch. So if you're eating your first meal of the day at noontime and it is the biggest meal you're going to eat all day, then does it become brinner? Does it become brunchiner? Does it become... I don't know. It just becomes meal at that point. I don't understand. There might be another word for it. I like calling it brinner, if I'm honest. But you can call it whatever you want to call it. But yeah, by my understanding, first meal of the day is breakfast, regardless of when it is. It's only that it combines with other words depending on if you eat it too late. And that it could also technically be your dinner. If you have a massive breakfast and then like a little meal later on. And then a little, like, if you have a massive breakfast at like 6 a.m, then surely that's dinner, but also breakfast. But then if you have like a regular lunch at 12 and a regular tea at like 6 p.m, then does it just become that you ate dinner and then lunch and then tea? Or is it still breakfast and then lunch and then tea? Because I'm under the understanding that it is still your breakfast as the first meal. Hooray! Side tangents about the entomology? Entomology? Theory of words? About food. Food-based. And brunch and dinner and teakfast. And elevensies. And second breakfast. We should all just become hobbits. And we should eat breakfast, then second breakfast, then elevensies, then lunch, then dinner, then tea. No, then lunch, then afternoon tea, then dinner, then tea. I want to say there's another meal there. You're currently eating dinner, so you did have a breakfast before this, and now you're eating a big meal at lunchtime? Because if so, that's just dinner. And then later, if you eat something, that would be tea. Hence where tea time comes from. We all eat dinner at tea time because technically it's tea time and not dinner time. But then we've just started calling it dinner time because we all eat dinner at tea time. Yeah. I mean, as long as they eat healthily and they never get into danger, I don't see why hobbits shouldn't live really long. You haven't got tea time there. Is it just dinner time? I think tea time's a very, like, English concept. Most places are just like, yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner. No, much better than Americans. See, much better than Americans. Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you are tuned to an aetherite, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. Let's attune to this plant. sticks out hand and begins praying. We are closer to being Americans than you are. But also, we're closer to being you guys than Americans are to being us. So really, we're all winners, and Americans should just go somewhere else. In fact, they did. They went somewhere else. And now they're having to deal with all the horrors that's come with. We should have left America to the indigenous population. Dang you, Christopher Columbus. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson, and send the king back whence he came. While I do this little jig around the portal. Woo! Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wee! Woo! Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, you stopped dancing. But I have now unlocked Thorn March hard mode, even though there was no Thorn March regular mode. We go over to Trials, and we go Thorn March. I can do it. Yeah. Keep all the crazies in Europe. But we want to be crazies too here in England. I like that I had to verify that you could use the word idiot in my chat. I had to allow you to say the word idiot. Hopefully people can hear the music. The Moogle's Guard. They all gone crazy. Meddling adventurers, I'd wager. I didn't see if anything was said before that. I was too busy dancing. Moogle's Guard, to arms! Defend the king, Kupo! Oh god, I don't know who's main tanking. Guess that. Double white mage. Love double white mage. This is Moogle in this is Moogle town on scary place. Are we ready? I don't think I have the Moogle dance, but I can dance normally. Here he is. We now get lyrics. Whoops. Run. I'm over here now. I do like that bit. Yeah, we did it. Some people shouldn't be allowed to have routers. Routers? Routers? Rotors? My favourite's the black mage one that gets confused while they're dancing and then gets carried away because he wants to keep fighting. Read. Send off message. Perfect. And then I got a stick. Fancy stick. Oh, and 2 player combinations. Nice. You did it, Kupo, you did it. Good King Moogelmog XII, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I like the thought that Kubla Kop is actually just a religious zealot who hates Good King Moogelmog and is like, we need to get rid of him, but I'll convince other people to do it because then I won't get in trouble. Put their router inside of a Faraday cage. Interesting. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's Guard when you did. Thank you, Deacon. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Rayao at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Will I have a quest there? And also, have I unlocked the next step of hunt logs for them? Nope, I haven't. I need to make Sergeant 3rd class. But I've still got a bunch of these to beat. Atlanacea, East Shroud Lark's Call. I can do that as I'm in the East Shroud at the moment. South Shroud Earth's Gift. Probably do that one as well. And East Shroud Sylphlands. Okay. Lark's Call and the Sylphlands. Sylphlands is over here. Lark's Call is probably also up here. Yep. Lark's Call, Sylphlands. So I go that way. Let's go, gorilla. Fly up out of the bramble patch. Weird sentence to say. Gorilla, fly me away. Ook. Whee. even was it again? I need to double check. I need to double check what it is I'm hunting, because I only looked at where they are. Third cohort. I know where those are. And then the other one was... Sylph bonnet. So third cohort's over here. Remembering where on earth I am, it's up here. Found them. Ooh, I managed to pick him out of the crowd as well. Travel all the way to Denmark for tea. Somewhere around here. Wait, were they not back where I was earlier? Maybe I've gone too far into the Sylphlands. It's not actually that far in. Yep, I think these are still technically the Sylphlands. The Sylph bonnets aren't there though. Where were they? Trying to remember the locations of hunt enemies that I have not fought in a long time. Ah, there we go. Sylph bonnets. Oh, and it is a fate that I have to level myself down to. Oh, poison. Wonder what on earth was dropping the massive poison stack on me. Giant poison AoE coming from that plant. No, I failed the fate. It was already finished. And that means the Sylphan bonnet's gone. I only managed to kill one and got distracted. Aha, they're just up here. That's okay then. Now I can just fight them normally, rather than be part of a fate and be leveled down for it. Oh, I'm still close enough. There we go. There we the South Shroud, we fight some bats in Earth's Gift when we are going on the way there. Heading the wrong direction for the south. And then go down to Camp Tranquil. And hopefully we can hand in this story quest and pick up our White Mage quest at the same time if we have a White Mage quest to pick up. At level 53, I don't think we do. But we might hit 54 when we're there. I'm not sure. Eat the plant, show dominance. I have already left. 0 dominance here. Through the tunnel. Yay! Need to go to Earth's Gift first. Get those bats. Through the tunnel. And there are the bats. Good thing I went through the tunnel. I was going to fly over. Let's go aggravate multiple bats. Oh, I keep forgetting to equip my because I didn't use the item, that's why. Why did I not get it? Oh, that'll be why I haven't equipped it. I won the staff but not the chest, and the staff that I won is for Black Mage and Thaumaturge. But look at how cute the Moogle staffs are. You get a little floaty Moogle on the top. Little good King Moogle Mog the 12th. They're only item level 75 though, so it's only a little bit better than my current staff. But it's much cuter. So maybe I ready up into Thorn March again and try and get the staff. While we fly over to report that we defeated them, we'll try and defeat them again. I forgot the fly height limit here is smaller than other maps. Or feels smaller when you have to fly over all those trees. Ooh, we made it in again. Are you ready to dance to the good King Moogle Mog again? They've got some cool weapons. Very glowy. So I'm just watching the main tank run around. The Pookie, the Pom Burner. See, they're all singing and dancing in unison, except the Pukla Pookie, who's just getting confused. Ooh, they're main tanking. To take that meteor on my own, if I'm honest. I'm glad that I didn't have to. I hope I get the bugle coffer. I rolled an 85 on it. There's potential. Maybe a bugle weapon. Oh, I got the sword and I got the coffer. Yay! I did it. I got the coffer. Now I can equip a Moogle staff. finish flying down to here. Whee! Then we'll open up the inventory and use the Mog Pond coffer. That will then get me my mighty Mog Rod. Mighty Mog Rod. And this one's got a little flower. The little Moogle sat in a little flower. Adorable. Don't think this one's story relevant. I think this is the Amdapor Keep one. Ah! A white mage after my own heart. Come to help get to the bottom of this noisome business. Brother Isumiyan hasn't told you much, has he? Discretion is the better part of his valour. Well, aside from Amdapor Keep, the city is all that remains of an advanced magical civilization from the 5th Astral era. No records survived of how the city met its end, but the elementals tell us all was undone by what the Great One calls an unclean presence. I fear that what my brother senses is this very thing. Its satedness drained away after so many centuries. If it hungers for another city to slake its thirst on, I'll take it from here, sister. It is him. Manners, Arun. We've spoken of this. Tegan, you must have met my... Tegan, you've met my younger brother, Aaron Senna. You will have to excuse him, forest-born lout that he is at times. My apologies for this urgent summons, Tegan, but the darkness that stirs in Amdapor behind the barrier waits not for our convenience. Something has kindled there, and daily it grows, and how distrait the elementals are. I've not seen the like of it. They show me what feels like awakening and nightmares. I fear this calls for a more prosaic sensing than that of my own rare gift. Some disaster slouches towards us. Might you discover the source of these dark visions and nip it in the bud? You're our best hope, Tegan. Tegan Mooson, you're my only hope. Replays recording. Tegan Mooson, you're my only hope. Surely you can find the will to journey to Amdapor. Shall you find the wood whalers by the name of Alfina, keeping vigil at the barrier? And don't worry about returning here to tell us your findings. The elementals will doubtless keep us appraised. But enough talk. Good luck, Tegan. That was the go off to unlock Amdapor Keep speech. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogelmog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen. All Moogelkind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, my sense Rhea O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service to the Twelveswood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Tegan. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Back to town to speak to the other white mage who can chat about stuff. And tell her all about how I beat up some Moogles. Multiple times. And now have one stuck on a little flower that I carry round. Look at it. Little Moogle in the flower. And then I got the Great Ronka, the Great White Tsuchinoko. I keep pausing. The Great White Tsuchinoko. That also has an orange on its head and looks kind of the same colour scheme as a Moogle. And the Tsuchinoko are the forest spirits of Doma, right? And the Moogles are the forest spirits of the Twelveswood? Maybe they're all related. The elder Seedseer is expecting you, madam. May I show you in? Let me in! Gani Senna. Oh. Let's recalibrate that. I was freezing there. Hopefully I fixed it. Tegan, you are returned to us unharmed and victorious. Thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. I did all this stuff, and look, I've got a little Mookalim the flower on my back then. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then perhaps the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that though a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles call forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse. The aether which comprised him insists instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Asians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupopo? They said it was a masked man who taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to still the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A sombre thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Tegan. Already the information you have provided us has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I may have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping you might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has ever now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Yida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and prize the antecedent of all that has transpired. Pray return to the Waking Sands. As everyone says all the time forever. You appear to be doing the story mode. Pray return to the Waking Sands. But luckily they've given me so many of these free teleport letters that I've still got 80 left, and I think we're not going to be in the Waking Sands for much longer. I wouldn't be surprised if they give me like another 50 at some point just to round it out. Now we're nearing the 5 o'clock mark. And normally I take a break that takes me from 6 o'clock to 6:30. But I have definitely been having problems with every single time I take a break. I end up taking more time than I thought to cook it, and I end up kind of rushing eating it and not finishing in time, and end up having to make a longer break out of it. So there's potential that I'll go till like, either I go till 5 o'clock and I cook then and then we come back a little bit early, like we come back at 6 rather than 6:30, or I wait until 5:30 and we put that we come back at 6:30 as normal. Starve for our entertainment? I don't want to starve for your entertainment. I mean, I would willingly starve for people's entertainment, but also I would probably just ruin the entertainment by being like constantly. Don't worry, I know you're joking. It's good to see you in hale and healthy, Tegan. I received word from Ida and Papa Limo that you had felled Good King Mugglemog the 12, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said. Wait. Did I tell the entire tale in between those two text boxes? Is that what that ... dot's meant to be? So it was as they said, summoned with the same method used by the beast tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Deacon. What's that quest picture? It's just Ophelia lying on the floor by the looks of it. And we get Void Scent Blood. Okay. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at regular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seems only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Deacon. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant that I not. He was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments of our Order's history. Mayhaps it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Wait. Since when was Alice working with him? This is the first I'm hearing that she's back. I think, as far as I'm aware. Was she at the... Has she turned up before now? I don't think so. I don't even know if she must have been at the credits scene, the little celebration that we had after defeating Gaius van Baelsar and his ultimate weapon, removing the Empire from Eorzea. I think she was there. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurance that they will not hesitate. They will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. You've still got Louis Soir's staff hanging on the wall. Do you not want to take that down? Also, something important could well be go beat up some primals. Hi, Urianger. Can I execute them while jumping? I wasn't jumping, I ran over a chair. Verily thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhaps thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how rapidly he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there a banner of his ancestors faded by the aeons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. That was a pile of nonsense. Thank you, Orionje, as usual. Be not offended, Tegan. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the fallings of the forebears. Mayhaps 'tis the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... I must stop you right there. Ah! Whence came that cry? The solar. 12 forfend the antecedent. Don't worry, I'll go save Minfilia. He's tripped over. There's the scene. Tegan, you must... Visions of stuff. Okay, she was just there chilling in her office, having a look around. Tell me, Louisoire, would you have done the same? Louisoire Levilliers was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. White Asian? Is it Elidibus? Is Elidibus the White Asian? Is this the same White Asian? An Asian? Here? How? How readily you see. Yet are indeed gifted antecedent. But you're not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies within your forebears. It has been millennia. I can't remember if Elidibus is a good guy or a bad guy. I guess he kind of helps us from time to time. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... What are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her we are indistinct. From the air? I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colours perception. Thus did she perceive naught. So it is with all but a few chosen. Even you, when young, could not yet see with your eyes closed, with your eyes unclouded. Couldn't see with our eyes closed either. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are. Sorry, I had to cough there. Rather than this crude approximation. Labria did not think so highly of the echo. Labria is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Okay, stab her with evil dark energy. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardour, I wonder? So she's been ghost stabbed. I take it there is no need to explain. Oh, she's been ghost stabbed, but she's absolutely fine. Let's save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. But he stabbed you. I heard a cry. What happened? You all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonics. Tataru. You shouldn't be offering gin and tonic to people every time. Uriange, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Asian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Asian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Asians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Tegan. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tartaru. Yep. Waddle, waddle, waddle. I am starting to get a bit hungry. We'll see if we can quickly hunt for this white-robed Asian, see if they're around the area, and if we can do that quest relatively easily. And then I think I will go for the break. And grab some food. I also notice I'm slowly sinking. Oh, raining again. Oh, I found him a lot easier than I thought I would. I'm told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. What? What? I'm just going to walk over here. You can follow me if you want, but you might die. I'll do this bit first. Yep, Matilda's still here. Big gargoyle. Just keep following north. Come on, where did you get to? Running north, following a white Ascian called the or who just called himself the Emissary. There he is. Oh. And he led us right to the middle. Oh. Chain grabs by some frogs. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. Thank you for giving me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Habrea could ensure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I act only in self-defence. I realise the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favours you still. That much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims, and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus. Emissary is Elidibus. I was correct. Emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God. And we shall meet again. Okay. So Elidibus is the bearer of the word of, I assume, Zodiac? While he wears a white robe, he, I assume, is still working for Zodiac? Or following Zodiac? Okay. Go open up Copperbell Mine hard mode. Nope, if I can get there. Gotta go further south, around the base. There we go. Lovely old are in the difference with its little bubble roofs. All its domes. Yeah, I'll open up Copperbell Mine hard mode. Then I will jump back to the Waking Sands and take a pause there and a little break to go and get food and have an eat and hopefully be back by 6:30, if not 6 o'clock. But we will call it 6:30 because then that gives me an hour rather than the usual half hour, which I end up not having enough time for. So we'll be back at 6:30 from our break. And then when we come back, we can go around and unlock all of these little side missions, I guess. Or we can just jump straight back into the story. Let me know in the chat what you'd rather do. And then I'll do that one first. We should get around to both, but obviously if I focus on the story, I might not get around to unlocking all the side things. If I unlock all the side things, I probably won't be doing them all. Well, I could do all the side missions. I could unlock them and ready them all and probably get through a bunch of them. So it depends on what people want me to do. Obviously all the side missions that I've got at the moment are like dungeons and trials and all the hard mode versions of various things. So if people want to watch me do a load of dungeons and missions and more fighty side of things, then I can definitely do that. If people want to watch me do more of the progressing with the story, then I can focus on that and leave all the dungeons and missions and things for some point down the line when I end up needing them. Or when we unlock our second class, I might, I'll probably level those by just doing loads of missions and side missions and things. Thank the gods you returned, Tegan. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when did he speak? And of what exactly? The word of this Elidibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions.